Hey guys, so boy, it is a hot day here in Texas. It's 103 degrees here on Tuesday, September 13th, 2011. Apparently today I was planning to do the lawn cutting video for the month of September. So apparently the grass is not really tall enough for me to really do a lawn cutting video. Let's see, my backyard is just looks in pretty bad shape. It's been about 2 weeks since I last cut it, and just walk out front from here. Let's see, it's been a week since I cut my grass out front. It looks real bad over there, but over there it doesn't look too bad like always. It's kind of grown a little bit, but it's just not tall enough for me to actually do a lawn cutting video. And I was going to use the Craftsman mower right here. Apparently today I was doing some tinkering with it. A YouTuber, I think his username is workensmart, posted a comment when I did my September update video. Was kind of mentioning, put a comment on saying that about what was wrong with this mower, on why it was kicking back. And if y'all have noticed, pretty much for the last couple of years, it's been doing this for the, let's see, for the last 2 or 3 years. When the engine runs, it makes a ticking noise, and just when the engine would warm up, the ticking noise would get louder. So apparently what the problem was that the valves needed to be adjusted, meant they were out of adjustment, in which that way that causes the compression release to not work. So that was why it was so hard to pull the engine over. That's why sometimes when I would pull on the rope, sometimes it would just yank right out of my hand, and it would just hurt like hell. So today I took this cover off. I wiggled the rocker arms, and apparently the one on the left side pretty much was the one that had a lot of play on it, which I think that one was for the exhaust valve, which that's my guess, because the exhaust is over on this side, and I would assume the valve on the other side, on this side, would be the intake, because right there's the intake. And since this is overhead cam, even when you have this off, at the bottom there's the cam gear, and it does have a timing belt. Yeah, I never knew that these Honda overhead cam engines actually have a timing belt on them. If y'all have never really seen like this cover off on one of these Honda GCV 160 engines, just like watch the video, see a video from Donny Boy 73. He actually just did a recent repair on a lawnmower with this exact same engine. The problem with it was that this valve cover was actually pushed in, and apparently it left the valves open. So all he did was just banged on the cover with a hammer just on the inside of it. He threw it back on, and the motor started right up. So it took me 2 tries, and I was kind of doing it by eye. Apparently I don't have no feeler gauge just to actually on on doing valve adjustments. I've never done anything like this before. So the only valve I adjusted was I believe it's the exhaust valve, where it had just less play on it. Threw it all back together. I put some RTB silicone all around the edges on this cover, because these covers, they don't have no gaskets on them, just to help it seal a little bit better that way. And went to pull the engine over. It actually cranks over a lot easier, but when I was going to start it, it wouldn't even start at all. So I sprayed car cleaner into the carburetor. The mower would only just start and die. That's all it did. So I took the cover off again and did a little bit more adjustments on the exhaust valve. I kind of turned the screw out just a little bit and then threw it all back on, and kept on pulling on it, and then the engine started to fire, and then pulled it again, and it finally started and just stayed running. So it runs a lot better though, and you may notice you might not really hear much of a ticking sound anymore, and it doesn't even kick back at all anymore. So if y'all want, I'll do a startup on it. It's been sitting for about, I would say about an hour or so. So I'm just gonna clamp the brake lever, put my camera on the tripod. Yeah, the front of it's all shiny though, because of when I took that cover off, a lot of oil was leaking out just by having the cover off. Alright. Alright, let's see how easy this will start. Like I said, it's been sitting for about an hour, so let's see what it'll do. Oh, come on, you were running. Ah, come on. I don't get it. You were just running. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, there we go. I think the main reason why it took a lot of pulls is just because of with no choke. If the choke would have still worked on this mower, it would have started on the first pull. But yeah, it runs so much better. Cool. Well, let's see if she restarts. Alright, one more time. Sweet. So I would like to thank you, WorkensMart, for putting that comment on that other video that I did a couple weeks ago, for now getting this mower running, and the engine finally cranks over a lot easier. The compression feels a lot better too that way. So yeah, it sounds just about as good as it was about 8 years ago. Just except 8 years ago the choke actually did work, and every time this mower would always start on the first pull. So cool. So I think I'm gonna wait next week to do the lawn cutting video. It just depends on with the weather. I've checked the forecast and it looks like that pretty much for most of the week it's gonna rain, which I just hope that it is that way. But hopefully, maybe if I can still maybe do the September lawn cutting video, which apparently, since it's now the middle of September, kind of like with today, I was going to plan to do it today, but apparently since the grass is just not tall enough, and also since we've been having to water 2 days a week, which I know that really sucks. So guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. So thanks for watching.